Stop laughing. And why? Is there anything crazy in this? Because I think
It happened, and I'm sure you've all heard about it. Twitch was hacked. They were blasted by the notorious hacker known as 4chan. This Mr. 4chan was able to infiltrate the mainframe itself, jacking directly into the cyberspace and releasing a ton of information about Twitch and the streamers on the platform. It was similar to what happened with the fappening, if you remember that. The fappening was when a bunch of celebrity nudes leaked all at once, and yesterday Twitch experienced its own version of the fappening, but a lot less cool. It was mainly streamer income that got released. However, the whole hack was like 235 gigabytes, I believe, and it was labeled Part 1. So the hacker's already teasing a Season 2 of this anime here. They're leaving it on a cliffhanger, so it's just an appetizer, apparently. But the main thing that everyone was focusing on yesterday from this hack was streamer income, because they publicly released every streamer's income since 2019.
Faster.
And I want to talk about that a little bit before going into like the hack itself, which is a pretty fucking wild thing. I don't know what's going to be in Part 2. I guess it could be something even crazier, like he found Jeff Bezos' dick pics embedded deep in Twitch's code or something. That would be pretty wild. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if in Part 2 this dude reveals that he found the Twitch Konami code. You know, like kind of like how in Melee you can play as Master Hand with like some cheats and some mods. This dude found that equivalent for Twitch, and he's able to just look at Jeff Bezos' wiener. You know, I don't know what to expect, but it's apparently like wild stuff. But the thing that I'm going to focus on is the streamer income, since that was the hot topic yesterday. I want to start by saying that I think this is the least important topic of this entire hack. They claim that they got the source code of Twitch as well as some other extremely sensitive things, but for some reason all of that was overshadowed by the fact that they released streamers' income. So he released an entire write-up of every single streamer's income since 2019, and everyone lost their fucking mind. I made a video talking about this. It is publicly available information to at least get a close...
I'm not surprised anybody cared though, because guys, most subaccounts are public. Even the ones that aren't public are still public. All the subaccounts are all out there. And I was like, dude, if somebody wanted to know, they could do X plus Y or times Y, and then you get your
streamer makes on that platform. Subscriber numbers are public, and a subscriber is $5 a month at Tier 1 or Prime. There's a Tier 2 and Tier 3, which aren't factored in here, but just to give you a base, assume everything's Tier 1. If you take their sub number and multiply that by 2.5 or 3.5, you get a very close guess as to what that streamer is making, and that's just from subs. Now, it's 2.5 or 3.5 because Twitch obviously takes a cut of that $5 sub. This is just assuming every sub is a Tier 1 or a Prime, which obviously they all aren't. What was released yesterday in the leak is the streamer's total income from subs and ads. I believe it was ads factored in there as well, and people acted like it was some big sistery, like a big gotcha moment, like this is the smoking gun, this was the hole in the condom that we needed to find. It turns out these streamers are making money on the platform, even though all of it's been public information from the get-go. The only thing that is a mystery, I guess, is how much gets made from ads. And even then, I'm not sure that those numbers even factor that in. I'm only going off what I read there and the numbers they posted for me. I'm assuming ads are factored in there, because if they are, then the number they posted for me is pretty close to the monthly. Now, the thing is, though, the only thing they really did is they did all the math for you. If you just look at its Twitch streamer subs and multiply by 2.5 or 3.5, and you do that across 2 years, the number you will get is very, very close to the number they posted. They just did the homework for you. But all of it's public, so I don't know why people lost their fucking mind. Like, look at this. It turns out Twitch streamers are making a lot of money on the platform, as if they just found the Krabby Patty secret formula. It takes only a little bit of common sense and a little bit of just thinking rationally for a second to recognize, like, when I give this streamer a Prime, or I pay $5, $15, $25 to a streamer, they get money for that. It's, you know, like, it's not a hard concept to wrap your head around. And exactly how much they get also isn't a mystery when the numbers, the sub numbers, are literally public in your face. Some streamers have their sub count on the screen in front of them at all times. They are begging you to do the math to see how much money they make. And yes, it's a lot. That's no surprise. I've been saying for fucking years, streamers make a ton of money, significantly more than people seem to think they do. Even when the numbers are right in front of them, they still like to believe that the streamers they enjoy aren't well off for some reason. And when they find out that they do have money, a lot of people feel betrayed, as we saw yesterday, which is weird. People were getting mad at me, like, oh, so Charlie, it turns out you make money on Twitch. You're ranked 22 in the world on Twitch in terms of earning. How fucking disgusting. How could you mislead us, Charlie? And I just don't get it, because I'm not misleading.
Well, guys, as always, I feel like it's the people that care the less that are mad the most. If that makes sense. I think it's like always everywhere. Same thing. It's like the people who don't care enough to watch streams every day, the people who just don't care enough to actually be part of communities, who just watch like once every whatever, right? People who don't care will act like they're the most mad, like, oh my god, guys, have you seen this? And people who actually watch them are like, dude, it's on screen every day, dude. Like it's literally right there, man. And I think it draws a good picture of how things normally are with other topics that aren't as black and white and as this one is, right? Things that are more subtle. The people that complain on Twitter, people that write posts or threads, and people that make articles don't watch streams. They don't consume any content. They don't know what the fuck is going on. And they're the least involved, yet they act like they're the biggest victims or the ones that are the most hurt by things that happen. So it's like, the people less involved are the most hurt by things. It's such a weird duality.
Anyone. Just because I'm not some douchebag who flexes their wealth all the time doesn't mean that I don't have money. I know I dress like a cartoon character and all that, but it doesn't mean that I am not well off. I'm extremely lucky and fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, and I make that very clear all the time. I understand how lucky I am to be in the position that I am. I don't go on stream and put on an act and pretend to be broke like, oh guys, I'm starving and hungry, I can't afford warm clothing, so when winter comes around it's always miserable. Yesterday I was eating chicken fries off of the Burger King bathroom floor, and I just don't know how much longer I can do this without your primes. I need your primes in order to survive. I'm actually starving to death. I was drinking water out of a dumpster just to get by because it was the only free water I had access to. I need your primes. I don't do that shit, so I've never misled anyone. I've always been very upfront about the lucky situation I found myself in. I understand when a lot of you look at me, you assume...
Guys, you want me to tell you the truth? Because I always be transparent about this, guys. I keep the dono option there, and I keep the fucking the feature there. Because it's not that I need the money at the dono. It's always because I need the content. The stream is boring. I need the unfunny TTS to have something to laugh out at, or something to get mad at, or some unfunny to call out for content. It's just for content, man. It's just funny.
I'm homeless, but as I've stated multiple times, I'm in an extremely lucky position.
Not a big deal.
And you want to know like the most incredible thing that's going to blow some fucking minds out here? I'm about to break the magician's code, apparently. The numbers that were released in the leak yesterday are wrong. They're too low. The streamers on that list, every single one of them, well, at least for like the top...
Guys, and I know you guys won't believe this, but by increasing the minimum amount for dono, it made me happy to do it because it makes people dono less. Because it's like microtransactions. If you play a small game on your fucking phone, right, and buying crystals or buying energy for your little game, if it's $2, you're gonna do it. If it's 10, you might never will, right? But if it's 2, you might do it like 20 times. And if it's 10, you might do it 0 times. And I knew that for a fact, dude. I've always known this because when we went from 3 to 5, I didn't give a fuck from going to 5 to 10. That's how it is, though.
Top 100 are making significantly more than is represented on those leaks. Those leaks only cover subs and ads. They are not covering the donations through Streamlabs because that doesn't go through Twitch, so they wouldn't have access to those numbers. And they're also not counting sponsors, and they're also not counting Twitch contracts.
Guys, I don't give a shit saying it, guys. When we did Fall Guys, when we did Jump King, I'm pretty sure I leaked this already. When we were doing Jump King the first time, donos were at $3, right? We played Jump King every day for like 2 weeks, right? The stream was making 4.5 to 6K worth of donos every day for like 2 weeks, just based off of $3 donations.
Contracts. A lot of the top 50 streamers on there have contracts with Twitch, which add.
And it's what pushed me to put it to 5 because I knew for a fact the people that went for 3 wouldn't go for 5.
Significant chunk of money to streamers' income, and those are not represented there. XQC is on there at like 8.6 mil or something like that, and you're fucking crazy if you think that's all he's making from Twitch. And I didn't think any of this information was something top secret or fucking world-changing where people's universes are melting around them right now and they're questioning everything. They don't even trust their own fucking parents anymore because maybe they're successful Twitch streamers somewhere. Like I thought all of this was common knowledge for most people because...
Yeah, but then the taxes roll in, and then please donate.
It's all right in your face. Most of the information is just right there at your fingertips. Just look at their sub number and do basic math, and you get a very close guess on what they're pulling in. What really shocks me about this whole thing is how big of a deal it was, A, and B, how many people felt betrayed by streamers they liked because it turns out they're successful. Like, you know, I loved you. You know, I fucking loved you, Soda Poppin', until I found out that you actually are pretty wealthy. Now, I just spit on you, and you make me fucking sick. I can't stand the sight of you anymore.
Well,
you know, like what?
I think what was also that I've always told you guys this, and a lot of people then said that I was wrong, and I wish you guys paid more attention back in the days. I told you guys, if somebody has like 300, 400 viewers consistently, and they do well, and they're smart with their streams, and they do good content, and they reward the people for watching, and they make actual good, at 400 viewers, they make a lot of money. People at 500 viewers, even of the 1,000, they make great money if they're good at what they do. Some people, I'm pretty sure they make like 100K a year, 120, 130K with like 600 average viewers, right? And that's great, dude. I'm glad because some people put a lot of effort. their streams isn't scripted or isn't fabricated in a way that it's going to grow that much, but at least they get rewarded for the work that they put in. Dude.
For some reason, people want the people they like to not be successful, or they only want them to be successful up until a certain point. It's like music hipsters. When they find an artist that they find that's a little underrated and then that artist gets big, they get fucking mad about it. Like, God, I love this artist until they became successful, and now I fucking hate them. Well, I liked them before it was cool, and now I hate them. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't like that perspective or that mentality at all. For some reason, there was a thread about how I'm a hypocrite because I called out a greedy Twitch streamer in a video.
Yeah, that's every LSF flavor of the month. But they come on LSF, they have takes that, oh yeah, we like this guy, This guy is the and everybody roots the underdog, and then they become a little too big. And it's like, oh, this guy, yeah, he's a sellout. This guy changed. Yeah, look at it. I can't type in chat. He doesn't even read me anymore. It's like, dude.
Ones, and then it turns out that I make money on the platform.
Come on, brother.
How are those two things related at all? I was literally criticizing them because they were greedy on a platform where they are making a ton of.
That's anybody who made it on the Raj show. Anybody who made it, they all had the same sort of criticism, the same come up, the same ending.
Of money to begin with. So sitting on stream and shaming your viewers for not giving you more money when you're already making thousands upon thousands of dollars from them supporting you is greedy. And me calling that out doesn't make me a hypocrite just because it turns out I also make a lot of money from Twitch. The difference is I am not sitting there begging for it and demanding my followers give me money. I'm not sitting there sniffing my own farts, hand on my balls, saying like, guys,
what can we do? What about the Knuckles game?
Holy smokes, did XQC say my name? Time to mention how my dick is rock hard. Gonna fuck around and stun Lock hasn't for a week on Twitter.
I'm not starting the stream till I get a hype train of level 5. I need 100 subs right now or I'm not streaming. You know, these streams aren't free. You're gonna have to give me fucking tier 2s, tier 3s, tier 1s, give me your primes. I'm fucking gluttonous. I need it all right now. I'm going full-blown Mr. Krabs. You know, I'm not sitting there doing that. I'm just streaming, and I just get lucky that...
What is Charlie's fascination with fucking SpongeBob? Dude, his entire life... Everything he says is some parallel to SpongeBob.
There's so many kind people that just want to show support to the stream and support the members within the community. It doesn't go deeper than that. This wasn't some like nefarious secret that I was trying to keep under wraps. Like, fuck, I hope no one realizes that I actually make money on Twitch. It's all been right there the entire time. And I'm not hiding anything. And I can't recall seeing any streamer hiding the fact that they're very successful on the platform. You know, like Hassan, for example, he's getting eaten alive for the fact that his money has come out. He publicly shows his subscriber count like right above his face cam. You can see like 50,000 subs. It takes an actual toddler to just look at that and be like, that's a high number. And each of those numbers represents a dollar amount. Like,
yeah, but the problem with Hassan is that he does politics, and it appeals. It appeals to that extremely vocal, idiotic viewer base or interest group, and that's
a lot of money.
Right?
Like,
that's
it's
how
not
it is,
that
though.
hard. You know, it shouldn't be.
Politics is like this. Like, oh man, you gave me 3 binders full of information that is true and factual, and tells me about this. But wait. There's this one folded paper here, and it says the opposite. Hey, have you guys seen that? And it's just how it is, though.
To anyone that streamers are making a lot of money. All of it has been public for as long as I can remember Twitch existing. Now, of course, all this coming out has led to the classic argument that's been around since the internet's inception of they don't deserve that money. These streamers, they don't deserve any of that. Firefighters don't make that much money. My mom's a librarian, and she makes half that amount of money. This is bullshit. They shouldn't have that at all. Now, whether or not you think streamers deserve that much money, that's going to be entirely on you. I'm not here to change your opinion or perspective on it. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to take a belt to you if you think differently than I do about it. It doesn't really... It's not something I'm trying to argue. But it's something you could say for pretty much everything else when it comes to entertainment. Why are athletes making that much money, right? Yeah, they spend a lot of time in their sport, and they're extremely good at it, but at the end of the day, it's just entertainment for you as a spectator. You pay money to go to their games to watch them play for an hour and a half, 2, 3 hours, whatever sport you're going to, and then you leave being entertained, hopefully, or heartbroken if your team sucks some asshole, and then that's it. Then you do it again next week. Or during the off season, you just get excited for when it comes back around. It's just entertainment that you are paying for at the end of the day. It's pretty much the same thing on Twitch.
I mean, you guys said this isn't true. Yeah, sports and whatnot is actual entertainment. Do you think that? Who do you think they fucking sell the basketball game to? The gods of basketball, and they're like entities that reward with money. Oh yeah, you played well today. You get this amount of money. There's no fucking arbitrary like fucking god of sports or whatever. It's fucking TV deals and the fucking whatever, and people watch it. It's entertainment.
The fuck did you say about me and
You have people that
Charlie?
are really good at the game.
Bitch.
They'll stream for like 16 hours at a time.
Charlie and I have had a very close relationship for some time. He fucks my shoe roll every night, and I always clean him up afterwards.
You have 16 hours worth of entertainment, and maybe at some point across those 16 hours, you're like, you know what? I feel like tossing $5 this dude's way. He's entertaining me. It's been good company. It's been good background noise. I'll toss $5, and you forget about it. And that adds up. There's millions upon millions of viewers on Twitch around the world every month. So if you just have some people doing that, then the person that is entertaining people for 16 hours is getting $5 pretty often. Like, it's pretty simple. Actors is another one. Anything when it comes to entertainment. Why is Robert Downey Jr. getting paid so much money when he only has to work like 3 or 4 months out of the year on a film, and he's making hundreds of millions of dollars? You could argue he doesn't deserve that much money because he's not putting in that much work, and he only entertains you for like 2 hours once a year at most with a movie. You could say it for the music industry. Lil Pump releases a song where he just says Gucci Gang 100 times. Does he deserve all the money he made from that? Like, it's just something that extends to everything in entertainment, and it truly just depends on what you find entertaining and whether or not you place a monetary value on entertainment. Like, it's just pretty simple. It's not a competition of like what's harder or what's more beneficial or productive. It's just a matter of whatever puts a smile on your face and if that's worth anything to you. Like, I just don't really know why streaming is the one that's targeted when it extends to everything in entertainment. It's just not that deep. It's the same as every other entertainment field. It really is. The only difference is the amount of hours that go into it. Like I said, most big streamers stream daily for like 8 hours a day, so they are constantly online.
Yeah, but a lot of people will push the argument that it's not only that they're entertained by it, is that people say that although make people feel bad that they have to be it's
entertaining people.
There's another angle to
that's
people
gonna be
put
a
all the
lot
time.
of different faces coming in every day at all hours of the day.
They abuse parasocial. They whatever parasocial. They make people feel bad.
And then at some point, among all those faces, someone decides to just support the stream, and all of that adds up. So bingo, bango, bongo, the streamer makes a lot of money over time. I don't know why that's such a hard concept for a lot of people to grasp. It works the same way in every other entertainment field, and no one's like, holy shit, can you believe how much money actors make? What the fuck is this about? Or musicians. Can you believe Lil Nas X actually makes millions of dollars? Like, I can't believe it. You know, like, no one's like shocked there, but for streamers, for some reason, it's a little different. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm going to pretend to be one. I think the reason why people got so mad is because when it comes to streaming, a lot of viewers form some kind of relationship with the person they're watching, whether or not they want to admit it or whether or not they're even aware of it themselves. I feel like subconsciously, some viewers that regularly tune into a streamer want that streamer to be in the same position they are for the most part. So if a viewer's not financially well off and they see the streamer they like is, that probably builds a little bit of resentment and a little bit of betrayal because they have this, even if it's a small connection to this streamer, where they feel like they're closer than they are or should be. So I think that's where it stems from. Streaming has always had a problem with parasocial relationships, and I think the response to seeing streamer income really helps highlight that. Like, it's not a mystery where it all comes from, and whether or not you think they deserve it, that's not something I'm here to argue with you about at all. Really anyway, I think that covers like most of the things here. I think what people should be focused on with this leak is what.
I think he uses the same camera as I do, because every time he switches the lighting or lighting changes, the frame rate changes.
Would it happen? Having Twitch's source code completely out, as well as a couple of other things that are mentioned in the leak, is a huge deal that I think not enough people are focused on. The whole Twitch streamer income has completely overshadowed the most wild part about the entire thing. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this because this is what everyone's been wanting to hear about, so I figured it was worth at least going over. That's about it. See ya.
Oh, he uses his phone? Interesting. Okay, moving on.